Hey guys, welcome back to the channel of aviation, and today I'm going to be doing a cold and dark startup on the 737-800. So we're going to go from a cold and dark cockpit to engines running, um, and I'll teach you how to do that in a fairly comprehensive format. And I apologize for my absence on the channel, but I'm decided to get back into it. So without further ado, I'm going to teach you guys how to start up your 737-800 at home. Um, so this is the X-Plane 11 form, and X-Plane 11. It's the X-Plane 11 plane. And recently it has a new sound effects. It's got I'm pretty sure in the new update they had an F mod sound, which has updated the sounds for all the cockpit and environment effects. So I'm looking forward to hear about that. So I guess the reason I wanted to do another one of these videos is because my other video recently, well, a couple months ago on the A330 got a lot of views, and if you guys are interested in more of these videos, I'm more than happy to do all of them. And if you guys want to name all your aircraft, I'll be more than happy to do them. But yeah, without a further ado, let's get stuck into turning this Boeing 737-800 on from a cold and dark position to a warm and engines running. So the first thing you're gonna do is just go into your cockpit. So you can do Shift 9 as a quick camera camera display. The first thing we want to do is chuck our standby power on. Now you can already hear some sound. Now I'm going to chuck. So this is the first thing. Standby power is going to come on. Now we want our battery to come on, so we're going to flip this. Now we're going to slowly hear the sound. Now this thing displays our DC volts and our AC volts and also our CPS frequency. And this is currently for our standby power. So if you can change it to our BAT, which is what we're running on as well, which is a negative 10.3 amps, also to 24 amps, and then these guys, so the TR ones and 2s and 3s, and that's a test, and so at the moment we'll put on standby power. We can also test our a lot of other things as well. So we standby power for our AC volts, so ground power generators, APU gen, generator 2, INV, and then test. So the test is the same for both. But at the moment, APU gen is not on, so it wouldn't be recording anything. That's why it has a 0, 0. Neither is generator 1, and neither is the ground power, which is our GPU, which is currently off. The only thing that's on is our standby power, so that's why we have it on. So the first thing done, click this, standby power on, and then put our battery on for our DC. Now, now the second thing we can do is the second thing we can do is chuck our fuel pumps on. So we're gonna go left controls, and you can hear them booting up now. So that's actually that's a new F mod sound, which sounds pretty nice. So that's our center fuel pumps, and then we can go our aft and forward for our left side, and our forward and our aft for our right. So they're on now, and we should be getting our systems to boot up slowly. So I'm going to shift 9 again to slowly be booting up. This is our both of our displays, so our PFD and ND. I'm pretty sure what they're called. Let's just put on. I'm going to put on my GPU now. So chuck you on. Now we can hear some sound. Obviously, now everything's getting booted up now. So that's just a caution. So we put it on. We can go back outside. Beautiful view of the 737-800. So once again, so our GPU is now on. So we went from our standby power to DC power. Now we've put our GPU on, and our generators are both on. So now, if you want to go back and read your numbers, it would now see, now it's recording a value for your GPU. Now those are on. The next thing you want to do is chuck on your APU. So we're go down to here. We're going to monitor. This is what we monitor for the APU. So this is our APU start, and we want our EGT to rise once we've put it on start. So we're going to go on, and then we're going to go start. We're going to let go soon, and that's starting to rise now, as you can see. Slowly, it's getting faster and faster. And it'll come to a point where I can use my APU, which is my auxiliary power unit, to power the aeroplane. In which case, I will not need my GPU on anymore, so I can turn that off once this comes on. So now you can hear that kicking in as well, which is a nice new sound effect. And if I was to go outside now, you hear it at the back of the plane, which is where the APU is situated. So if I go shift 4, you can now hear it. It's actually a really nice effect. Just here, this is where the APU is situated. Yep, you can hear it. Yeah, okay, so it's just about settled. That's actually a really nice sound. I really enjoy that new one. So our APU is now available. So now what we can do is chuck off our ground power. Everything is going to come off. Everything goes black. Then we go APU gens 1 and 2 can come on, and everything comes back on now. So now we no longer need our GPU because we're getting energy powered by our APU. So now that that's on, we can chuck our seatbelt signs on. So that's on. And now I want to chuck my window heats on, which is really important as well. And probes are also very important. Chuck them on. Then what we can do is that we can turn our PAXs on and our bleeds. So our bleeds enable PAX. So because we've got an APU running now, we can put on the APU bleeds. Now our PAX, which is our air conditioning, will now start. And they're pumping up now. And so now our PAXs are on. They're on auto, so you can vaguely hear them in the background. Now we're going to chuck our hydraulic pumps on. So we're going to go engine 1s, engine elect 2s. Now this will enable us now to have control of our aeroplane. I'll show you before. So I'll show you now. So now we've got our hydraulics on, which control our flight controls. So now if I was to go all full right stick, we have movement there. Full left, we have movement there as well. And that same thing applies for our pitch, and also our rudder tail. See, our rudder is also moving because we have our hydraulics on. So now we've got our hydraulics on. So I'm just going to walk you through what we've done so far, so you don't get lost. So the first thing we've done is we've chucked on standby power. So I'll just move to a better position. We've chucked on our standby power. We've put on our DC power, which is our battery. We've put on our fuel pumps. We've put on our ground power. Then we've chucked on our APU. We've turned our ground power off. Put on our AP generators to power the aeroplane. We've come over here. We've put on our window heats and we can turn them off. Turn on all our probes. We've gone to our PAX or air column. We've put on our APU bleed, which is powering the PAX, and basically now we're just waiting for what engine starts. So during this point in time, we'll put on our wing lights and position strobe and steady to indicate we're about to start our engines. And so we can do our seatbelt sign again, so just for a bit of realism. Put our yaw damper on, which is also important. And these are just circuit breakers. These control panel brighting. It's pretty cool at night time. See if you can see how they turn up and low. It's a pretty neat feature. But now basically what we can do is to start our engines. Make sure that's off. We're just going to go here. We'll start number 2 first. We're going to switch this buddy to to ground. So switch. And now we can monitor the. Now we can see our N2 is coming out with it, which is our internal blade in our engine. That's starting to boot up. You can hear it as well. I'm going to let you guys hear it for a bit. That's a very nice sound. Now our N1's starting, so I'm going to go outside. This one here. This is our N1, which is our front blade. and our N2 is inside, so it's not visible, but we can still see it from our controls. Now that'll be at a standby. So once that level's off to 3.1, we need to inject some fuel into it. So we're going to go to our fuel cutoffs and chuck all the way in. Now you can see it rapidly increasing incrementally. And now we go outside. You can see it almost to a stabilized position now. About 20, yep, so it's about 20. So now we've got our engine 2 is already on. So now what we can do is we can turn our APU bleed off and chuck our engine 2 bleed now, because that's generating wind. And now we can chuck our engine 1 on. So same thing, we just go here, engine 1, ground, and we will slowly see, yep, that one's booting up much quicker because it's got the power from engine 2, which is powering it much quickly and faster. Now that's booting up. I've actually done the same thing just twice. Now it's going to go to 3. We can already inject fuel into it. It'll go much faster already, and it's already incrementing very quickly. So you can hear those sounds there, really nice. So now we've got both our engines stabilized. We can put our APU bleed. We can go back to our air conditioning panel. We're going to go APU bleed. We're going to go APU bleed off. We're going to go engine 1 and engine 2 bleeds on, which generates our air conditioning now. Now also here, now we can turn our APU off. So we'll go up there, and now power will go off, and this is what's meant to happen. Anyway, it's all good. We've still got engines running. Now we're going to go here. We're going to go to our generators. We're going to go 1, 2, and we've got power again because of our engines. And now we're almost ready to taxi. We've got our IRSs automatically on, just because this type of aircraft. We got our air conditioning unit good. Now obviously you would tune this, so if we're going to a flight altitude of around 30,000 feet, we'd do that. And if we had a landing altitude of around 350 above sea water for an airport, we could do that as well. Now we've got our APUs turning off, we've got our engines on, we've got our ground power off, make sure that's off. Now we're almost, we're basically ready to taxi now. One major component I've obviously forgotten is our FMC, but I'm going to leave that out of the video for today, just due to the fact that this complicates a lot of other things depending on where you're flying, how much fuel you have, cargo weight, all sorts of things, weather and stuff. But I'll leave that for another video, and if you guys want to request that FMC into my video, please be sure to do that. Now, without further ado, we'll do a bit of taxiing just to hear the new engine sound, and then I'll put it to rest. So now this aircraft's fully ready to taxi now, as I've helped you guys and taught you how to turn it on, from basics. Now all we can do is we can put our flaps to 15 degrees. So chuck here to 15. We can go outside and you see the flaps coming down as well, which are these things. These are our flaps, and the front ones here, which have already come down on our slats. So they're coming down, and we can double check that they're down by going to this reader here, and it shows 15, and that means we have 15 degrees. Now we're going to turn our brakes off. Parking brakes can't come off. We're going to go to our outside view. And now we can make a bit of a taxi. Now generally we'd request for a pushback, but just for the purposes of the video and to show you guys the sound of the engine, we can just try and turn it. So let's hear a bit of the swap of the engine now, guys. Around 30%, and it's starting to move. Now you can generally put our taxi lights on. Come on now. We can go to the outside and check. So we're taxiing. That they have engines a really nice sound. Since I last heard them from when they were that crappy sound. And we're taxiing now. This is gate D15. Generally, we're at Melbourne Airport at the moment, and generally all the A380s are parked here. This is the international terminal over there, and the domestic ones over here. Well, that's okay, just for the purposes of the video, we can park here. No troubles, no worries. What is this do? Oh, positions. So yeah, now we're taxiing. And yeah, as I said before, that the FNC generally is programmed in for your flight plan and stuff, but for the purpose of the video, I just want to show you guys how to program, or if you like, maybe a basis of a manual on how to basically control the electronics of the aeroplane. Yeah, so we can basically starting our taxi now, using our rudder pedals to steer. And we're going straight now. Now I'm not gonna go too much more. I'm just gonna turn to my left and put it to a stop, and I'll spool the engine up for you. And then we'll say our goodbyes, and hopefully see you in the next video, guys. And please be sure to comment down below if you want any particular video, because I'm more than happy to do requested videos. In fact, I would enjoy to do some requested videos as there'll be ones that you guys actually want to see. So we're gonna start turning here. Make sure the nose is lined up with the yellow line. I'm gonna go just a bit more. That'll do us. I'm gonna spool them down for just a bit and make sure this truck stops. Chuck the zip brake. Alrighty, guys. One last final engine to spool up, and then we'll say our farewells and goodbyes. So let's go to 40% at one. So we're currently at 40%. We'll go to, I'll try and go as high as I can without moving the aeroplane too much. So we'll go 80. Oh, we'll go to 60. I think that's because of our takeoff config. Yeah, takeoff config. I knew it. Okay, so that doesn't let me go past 60 just due to the fact that I haven't actually configured the aeroplane via the FMC, which is the flight management computer, to tell me where I'm going. However, I'll go to so this we're currently 60%, so the outside this is 60. I'll go 100, but you're gonna have to bear with the red beaming noise. And I'll go outside and I'll turn it back down, and yeah. So we'll go to 100 now. Alright guys, as you can hear, that was actually an amazing noise. These engines have had a really good revamp in terms of sound, and especially the whole cockpit. I've enjoyed every moment of it. But we'll kill the engines just to say goodbye, so I'll chuck these back down. And you guys can go for the time being, we don't need you at the moment, so you can hear them turning down. We've cut the fuel off. So they will turn off now. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope I've taught you a bit about the 737 in terms of the cold and dark startup, and I hope I've taught you a bit about how to turn it on. And I've thoroughly enjoyed making this video in terms of listening to that. That sound is actually amazing compared to what it was before. And please be sure to subscribe and like this video. And just please be sure to also comment down below if you guys want any videos in particular. I'm more than happy to make them. And without a further ado, thank you guys for listening, and see you next time.